Sorry, I didn't realise I'd gone live. I'm just messing about with the thing and fidgeting about with stuff. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be painting um, in a bit. Yeah, it's in front of me. I'll tell you what they were called, but I have no idea. Every time I turn the thing round, they then go and face the wrong direction. I'm finding them quite annoying, actually. Um, they flopped over in the garden, so I rescued them. I have pre-wet the paper. Soaked it on both sides, as you do. I've been trying to keep these things relatively informative. So I think I'm going to introduce a little discussion point, a creature or a thing. I mean, I did interesting fish names. I've got some chicken names, varieties of chicken. There is a variety of chicken called the naked chicken, and it's possibly one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. Right, just trying to get this right. It's going to be in portrait, but I want a nice sweeping line, and then we're going to go along there because it's the longest piece of paper. Right, that makes any sense. Okay. Whilst I go and check to see if everything's going through right on the Tinterweb, I'll leave you a bit of paint to watch dry. Here we go. I spent ages getting this paper right so it dribbles. The first bit I put on, where does it dribble? Nowhere. Ready thing. Morning, Glenn. Be back in a second. You watch that. There I am. So, I'm going to start off with a thing is a problem that used to be throughout Northern Europe, but with modern antibiotics and stuff like that, it's been very much wiped out. And that is the the cockchafer. Three three sort of varieties are you've got your common cockchafer, and then there's the forest cockchafer. And then the big cockchafer. Used to be around that much that turns up in lots of books. It's in Thumbelina. There's a Hans Christian Andersen book where there's a cockchafer. I'm not sure whether it was in the Hans Christian Andersen thing. I'm not sure whether it's your forest cockchafer or your common cockchafer. Or large. Yeah. Who's that? That was soaking for a second. Do a bit of housework, I think. That's it. Just going to wait. They were very, very, very popular with the cockchafers. By the way, it's a cockchafer. It's not. There's not a hen chafer. Try and get you a bit more information on them in a second when I'm doing this. Can you see what it is yet? So the cockchafer, they tend to appear around about May, then hang around for several weeks, and then they tend to disappear again. As they do. Probably a good thing. What I need this rigger for is rigger's a bit too small, but my others are downstairs and I can't be bothered to go and get them. My level of commitment. I don't know what the name of this plant is. It appeared in my garden. I don't know if somebody else planted it. Somebody else did plant it because I didn't plant it. And there's if her downstairs planted it, it would have died a long time ago. Are you familiar with the cockchafer, Matthew? Hello, Anne. We didn't get them. We don't get them around Edwinstowe, but you're from Mansfield Woodhouse. One of the beauties of being born male, Anne, is that finding out there's an insect, because it is an insect, called a cockchafer, is amusing to the male from when they get to about 12, 13, and then continues to be amusing for the rest of your life. If by my painting you start to look at this picture and think, yes, that is a thing, please let me know, because I ain't got a clue what this type of plant this is. I don't mind guesses. The weather outside, it is weather, it's definitely weather. We've got a lot of cumulus nimbus just coming over, about to give us a bit of a drench, I would imagine. Put my tomatoes out the other day. 3 days ago, put my tomatoes out, and the weather's been horrible since. I know I got it ready because I squirted water on it. Ah, there, stop looking. I'll practice this first. I'm seriously thinking about getting some more blue roll. I am running out. Just want to take some of the surplus water off so that I can get a bit more detail. Huge hair on my picture. How extremely annoying. Anyway, shouldn't you be at work, Matt? Wait here a little bit. Give you some more information. Okay. The cockchafer is. I'm reading it off. Not WikiLeaks. The other one. Wikipedia. Has a ferocious appetite. Known for its ferocious appetite. And so you do really have to I have no idea. I didn't read that much. But they're very, very difficult to control once a cockchafer is in your neighbourhood. Not sure I want that dribbling down there. Don't like that. It's not like me at all. Everybody ready for this bit? I am an extremely fuffy. I'll put some of that in there. I think I shall. Okay. This is a very fuffy and fuffing about picture with fuffiness. I may just get a bit more free flowing in a bit. Well, that is rubbish. Maybe this one will go better. Gone from one extreme to the other, because that has come out too strong. Such is life. So fill it in just like colouring in. Anything exciting happened? On this day, nothing is happening. Hugh Dale's wins. Been playing this chap called Matthew Alvey at chess recently, and I'm not sure what is the saddest thing really. Me just drubbing him straight away, or actually teasing him and leading him to believe he's got any chance at all at beating me because he hasn't. Where's that gone? I got up 4:30 this morning because I do, and I got the bike out of the garage. All keyed and ready to go, and then I put the bike back in the garage and did a little bit of yoga instead because it was cold. Now these grow nice and straight, yeah. They do grow nice and straight. Whatever they are, they grow nice and straight. But you do get a bit of droopage every now and again. Don't know what causes it. I'm sure it's not the cockchafer because they're quite rare nowadays. Rather unprofessional. Let's have a look at this. I'll do it near it, shall I? I'm starving. Got my first 1,000 views yesterday on one of them. And for those people who have clicked onto watching paint dry, haven't you got anything better to do? I know that Anne abandoned me yesterday because she got some shopping she needed doing. Quite frankly, I'm looking for a bit more commitment from you people. What happens, Anne, is I lure you into a false sense of thinking I'm nice, and then once I feel like I've hooked you in, then I'll start picking on you for no apparent reason. Hence these comments. If you needed to go shopping, you go shopping. I'm not really painting very well. It's not. I like the paint to just like be an extension of my arm and just flow. And it's not really happening. I've changed paper because I'm running out of posh paper, so I've gone for Bockingford. Now, Bockingford is nice paper, by the way. It's just that I'm a paper snob. My first venture into middle class life was their insistence on discussing the wine. And they'd ask me what I thought. I'd say, it's lovely, because it was just winey. Yeah, just tasting the wine. And then they'd laugh at me and then go on to discuss the wine for a bit. And then I just thought, this is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's a fruity, alcoholic drink. What more is there to say? And then it dawned on me what a complete hypocrite I am. Because I am a paper snob. No one's telling me what these flowers are called, and it's either that I've done such a rubbish painting of them that clue, or you're just not botanically minded. I prefer the second one. What happens is they're in a pot. They're in an old-fashioned milk jug that I have to keep my old-fashioned milk bottle that I have to keep my eye on, because air indoors will throw it away if she sees it, and I like it. These colours aren't right either, but I do a pick and mix method with colours. I do colours what I want to do. Oh, somebody's pinging. Nobody's said anything for a while. Will somebody just say something so it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself? Hang on a second. Okay, these. I do apologise. I do apologise. There have been comments, and I would rather not go shopping. I'm here today. Thank you, Anne. I'm looking at that and thinking, why isn't there any movement on my screen? And it's because I'm not doing anything. Oh, there I am. There I am. What's that? What is Campen whatever, Matthew? I've no idea. How the mighty fall is what is written. Oh, is it what these plants are? Oh, no. Now I've made the stems much stronger than the actual delicate flowers. So, what to do? Could you write it out phonically for me, Matt? Anybody wants to have a go at this? And then inbox me. Let me have a little look. And I will help you with your picture. I won't put it on anything unless you want me to. Made a mess of that. Boop, 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 boop. Ah. Four kids out on the bikes, which is good to see. Oh, Mum. These four children on bikes have been followed by a very tired mum with a pushchair, and all the four boys were boys, and if that poor woman had been locked down with four boys, what the hell? I only say that because my mum was a single parent and raised us four boys on her own, and passed away a few years ago. And when I went to close down our house, there was all the remnants of four boys living in the house. We were very, very keen door slammers, and you could see all the hinges had all gone. On all the doors, and they'd been changed several times, the hinges, and then finally she had to then turn the doors around on the other side because there's nowhere to put a hinge on it, and then had to change the hinges a couple of times on the other side of the door. Yeah, I mean the original beds weren't there, but they're all propped up by bricks because of the other problem. We've got that lovely, the polystyrene sort of square things it's put on ceilings. Probably come back in one day. I think they ended up being a bit fire hazardy, so they had to go. Well, if you jump really, really hard onto the bed, you could poke your finger through the polystyrene, whatever they were. Soaking for a bit. So yeah, there's all the holes in this in her ceiling, and to finally cap it off, we hadn't got two openings to rub together, and she bought never had a new settee before, so she bought a leather settee from Barnes in Sutton Ashfield, and genuine leather settee, and I'm just going to keep saying and. I'd come home from school. Probably not, because I never went to school. I was a very naughty child. And I sat on the brand new genuine leather settee. And my pen that was in my pocket I've been sat in this chair for some time because it had like scribbled a mark up the settee. So she totally over the top, completely unnecessary. I don't think that language was necessary. I think I got thrashed, actually. I used to get thrashed regularly. I was always innocent. And so she got some stuff to remove pen marks from genuine leather settees. And I was there when she applied this stuff to her genuine leather settee. And it fetched all pattern off. So not funny. It fetched all the pattern off. And left a large plastic, just white plastic. I don't think it was genuine leather. And I thought it was hilarious. Mother, not so much. I think I probably got thrashed again. And when I was closing down our house, there was the genuine leather settee with the mark still down it. That was the only new settee she ever had in her entire life. And it's her own fault. I should not have had so many children. Ungrateful, ignorant children. She could have had no children and 3 new settees. Forward planning. I'm saying that I then went and had 2 children. I was very much down to her upstairs. Upstairs, I'm upstairs. She made me have them. I wanted budgerigars. Doing a very good job of this. Do you know what I'm going to do? Live on the wild side. Do 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 do. What did I say? Oh, I need to warn you about the cockchafer. If you do come across a cockchafer, it's a good idea to avoid them. They have a ferocious appetite. I need to be putting some more campanulated, not sure what that means. Bell, not sure what that means. A bluish purple flower shaped like a bell. They are a bluish purple flower shaped like a bell. Right, the colours I'm using, Anne, are, let's see if I can find them. What I'm doing is I'm really tight and I recycle everything. So I've got, this is by the SAA and it's Cobalt Violet Hue 405. I used that a lot. And then the other one is another Cobalt Violet Hue. I'm using lavender because I like it, which is by Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith Lavender, which I really, really like. And then just to confuse things, it's another Cobalt Violet Hue, and it's Harim Aquarelle by Schminkel. I'm waffling because that's what I do. I need some paper to dry. So I'm going to leave that for a little bit. Shall I try and... no, can't put stem in there either. Let's have a go at doing something on this. We'll turn it on its side. So... What am I doing? Because I'm hungry. Right. Oh, bugger. Bugger is a, you might mistake it for an expletive deletive, but it's a very, very popular term used in art. If you want to impress all your friends with your proper terms, you can't go wrong with the word bugger. It's from the Latin bugar, which means bugger. finally he does something proper like. I've got to say, Matthew, that your house, the garden you spent all those hours getting to perfection, he used to live opposite me. They have not been looking after it very well. What am I doing? I can paint the wrong way up sometimes, and other times I behave like any other person and it just gets too confusing. Ah, that wasn't supposed to happen. Finger's just gone in it, and so he does it again. It's rubbish. This picture, I'm going to come to an end very soon. One of the most difficult things when you get into painting is know when to stop painting. And when you set yourself the task of trying to keep it down to about 40 minutes, this makes it easier. So I'm going to try and put the this little stems in the middle. No stems. Is it called a stamen? Right. Comments aren't coming up on my phone, but they are coming up on computer. So I have to go over to the computer to see what people are saying, which I'm going to do in a second. Right. Here we go. No, too wishy-washy. That's dribbling the wrong way. Nightmare. I got there quickly. Nothing worse than something dribbling the wrong way. go and read some messages. Canterbury. That sounds about right. Campan. I know what that means now. Do apologise. Campanula bell. I don't know what it is by no, I don't want it dribbling that way. On the computer screen, these pictures look so much better than they actually are. They're actually quite. Anybody sitting all the way through this thinking, I can't go now, he'll know I've gone. I actually won't know you've gone. What have I got doing these little buds? Right. That's gone horrible. Don't really matter, it's just a little dash of colour, I suppose. We are coming to an end. Like that one. These are rubbish. The rigger I've got is a really nice, delicate rigger, which is that one. But I could do with one that's got, is going to pick the paint up better and not so faffy. Yeah, if you want to impress your friends with your artistic terms, that one also works well. Not so faffy. Being an artist, I do like to follow all the traditional sort of trends of an artist, and so I have gone quite mad a few times. And it dawns on me that there might not actually be anybody listening to me, and it's all in my imagination, and I'm upstairs talking to myself. Anybody coming round is, where's Dad? Oh, he's upstairs talking to himself. Leave him alone, he's happy. Bring them on. Not bringing them on camera yet because they might be rubbish, and I'd have to move them. Here we go. That's rubbish. Nothing to see here. I'm okay. Ow. I know what I'm doing. What I do is when you do this kind of thing, you need a right blend of order and chaos. This is just water in here. Dribble the other way. It's now taking too long. A bit too big. We'll take some water out of that in a second. So do this bit. I'm not going to use that brush. I'll use a proper one. Let's not milk it too much. This table I've got is perfectly adequate for all my painting needs. Don't need a bigger one. Perfectly fine. If I was to tidy up every now and again. I've been in lockdown now for what seems like a very long time. So the actual chances of me being that bored that I'm going to tidy up, don't want that to do that. Put it flat, very, very slim. Where is it? Is that my big fat head in the way? Right, so picture coming to an end. Sun has come out. Bit messy. Don't like that. Very disappointed in myself. Gonna get rid of some of this excess water. That one that I put there did really need to be there for balance. Trust me, I've done this before. Things I've done wrong with this is they're too small. I don't have to do them to scale. And it would have been easier if they'd not been so small. I'm going to put some, I think I'm going to call them middle bits. I'm going to make these a bit more twisty than they should be. My picture, do what I like. I actually like those two there. Then it starts getting a bit silly and overworked. Wrong one. I don't need to put one in there. Right, one other problem that needs to be resolved, and then I'm going to call it a day. I doubt very much this has gone on for 40 minutes. Hate that up there. Absolutely hate it. And so now, this is where my picture's going to go wrong. Head in the way. Right, now, have a quick look. Hate that there. Right, time for me to say goodbye. I'm going to let this dry. It will settle down a bit. I may have another go at those. I will say the name of them like I knew all along. But you have a look at the cockchafer, by the way. It's a fascinating insect. See you later. Toodle pip.